Football Manager is back after the longest wait ever for a new FM. Over 2 years at this point. The FM26 Beta is out right now. And if you want to jump in today, you can get immediate beta access using my discount code right at the top of the description. It's cheaper than Steam, it's cheaper than Epic, and it supports the channel. So if you've not pre-ordered yet, go do that now. And you can watch the rest of the video while you're doing it. But get the game downloading, for goodness sake. And while you're doing that, welcome to our FM26 Beta series with Arsenal. We're going big this year. We've only got 10 days until the full game releases, and I want to win some trophies, so we're managing somebody good. This episode is all about meeting the squad, picking a tactic, and sorting out our transfer plans ready to smash the Premier League. And trust me, we're going to be making some big moves in this save. And as per channel tradition, I'm offering you a deal. As soon as this video hits 5,000 likes, episode 2 will drop instantly. Unless I'm asleep. The beta has come out quite late. If it does happen while I'm asleep, it'll be waiting for you first thing tomorrow morning. And on top of that, I'm also giving away 2 copies of FM26. One to someone randomly picked from the comments on this video, and one to someone who retweets the tweet announcing the video. The link to that tweet will be down in the description. It's all very straightforward. Both winners will be drawn this weekend completely at random, and I'll announce them in a video at the weekend, episode 4 or 5. Good luck. And if that still isn't enough FM26 for you, I'll be live tomorrow night, both on Twitch and here on YouTube on my second channel, Lollujo Live, for the start of our beta stream save with Peterborough. And yes, another FM26 giveaway will be happening there as well. So loads going on. It's all very exciting. But first, Arsenal. Let's get into the squad, let's pick a system, let's talk transfers, and then episode 2 will deliver the first matches. And if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the chaos. There's going to be videos and streams coming at you left, right, and centre for a little while now. So enough talking. FM26 finally starts now. And here we go, boys and girls. We are in, and as you can see, I am the new manager of Arsenal. There's your confirmation. There's my beautiful little face. There's my welcome to the club. But most importantly, we want to get stuck into having a look around this squad. So if we head to our squad page, obviously Arsenal in real life do have a pretty strong squad, and that is definitely reflected in game. We know we've got some star players that we need to build around, the likes of Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel, Odegaard, Saliba. I don't know who invited Leandro Trossard along, but these, I mean, we know roughly what we want to do. I'm going to try my hardest to set the team up to play the way Arsenal play in real life, or as close as I can get to it. I don't know if we're going to be able to do the kind of set piece hacks that they do in real life. I could have done an FM24, but we are going to have to relearn being a set piece monster on FM25. Obviously, we'd like to do some transfers as well. We start the save with £23.5 million in the kitty, £200,000 of available wage budget. But do we have some potential clauses that we can sell? We had a look at this on my stream last night and did figure out how to sell clauses. And there could potentially be a whole bunch of money available. There you go. We can get another £8.75 million for Ramsdale, for example. So we're going to sell as many of these clauses as we can and try and get as much money through the door as possible from selling these clauses, and then work out what we've actually got to spend. And hopefully, my plan is go out and get a left winger, because looking at the makeup of the Arsenal squad in real life, I think by the end of the summer transfer window, that was the one position where a few people were, yeah, maybe there could be a little bit more squad depth there. There was the links that were never going to happen, the links with Rodrigo that never came through. Look at all those clauses. £14.25 million we got for Nketiah, 9.75 for Balogun. There's some big money that's come through there. I think you have to press continue before it appears in the transfer kitty. We discovered that on stream last night as well. But yeah, there's going to be significant money to spend, and I think we're probably going to want to spend it on a left winger. If you've not seen any of the early release interviews and things with Miles, he has done the rounds a little bit. Studio director Miles Jacobson, that is, if you don't know who Miles is. One of the things he has recommended that whether you're a new or a returning player, do these introductions. Because I had my alpha access, I've already done the introductions, so I'm not going to go through and do all these introductions, but they do give you a little bit of a tour for how to get around the game. So I'd certainly recommend that you start there. But I think the first port of call for us is to set up a tactic that fits this squad of players, and then identify the weaknesses and send the scouts out to have a little look and see what we can conjure up before that first game of the new season. So, of course, we have our in possession and out of possession tactics. But before we get to that, we have to choose a tactical style. Now, obviously, anyone who's watched me before knows I love a gegenpress, but gegenpress isn't really what Arsenal do. And I mean, all of these tactical styles are the same ones that carry over from FM24. I think the closest one to what Arsenal do, and feel free to tell me I'm wrong down in the comments, but I think the closest to how Arsenal actually play in real life is the vertical tiki-taka. Aims to dominate the match through a combination of intense pressing and a very patient, short passing, attacking approach. The team's instructed to play narrow in attack, congesting the pitch, but also creating smaller passing distances between teammates to allow for quick 1-2s and fluid attacking play. That sounds a lot like Arsenal to me. We'll retain possession, do more combination plays. Attacking play can get congested, that sounds familiar, and requires a very high level of technical quality, which, of course, we've got. So we are going to set up with a vertical tiki-taka, very out of my comfort zone. And then in possession, the game is suggesting either a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. And there's arguments that Arsenal do both of these kind of interchangeably. If Martin Odegaard's in the team, it might be Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard in midfield. Recently, with Odegaard injured, it's been Zubimendi, Rice and Eze a little bit further forward. So I think we'll probably lean to that one because that's the one Arsenal are currently using in real life. And then for out of possession, I think the closest to what Arsenal actually do out of possession is the 4. I mean, it's a 4-4-2 or 4-2-4 rather than a 4. We're not playing FIFA. It's not a 4-2-2. But you certainly notice it when Odegaard's in the team. He gets up there alongside whoever the striker is to kind of lead the press. And Eze does it, maybe not to the same kind of extent, but tries to get up there alongside Gyökeres. You certainly see it when Mikel Merino's in the team, trying to get up there with Gyökeres for leading the press is what the cool kids call it. So this is what we're going to do: a 4-2-3-1 in possession and a 4-2-4 out of possession, or at least we're going to try and set that up with a vertical tiki-taka. Let's see what the game thinks our best 11 in that would be, and let's see if I agree. It's not a million miles away from what I think I would do. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. We obviously haven't seen Arsenal in real life with Havertz and Gyökeres both fit, to see whether they would actually play together potentially, because I actually wonder if the future of how this could work for us in this save, maybe not for Arsenal in real life, but for us in this save, could be that. Because you've got Havertz who can do both of those roles more comfortably than anyone else in the squad. He can play as an attacking midfielder or a striker. Gyökeres then as the centre forward. Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right makes sense. Rice and Zubimendi in midfield makes sense. The one thing that doesn't make sense about this is obviously it excludes Odegaard, Eze, Ranieri, Trossard, who was right up there as one of the better players. I don't know why Zinchenko's in at left back. Obviously, that's not going to be what we end up doing. It will be Calafiori or Lewis Skelly. I can see Lewis Skelly, so we'll bring him in. It's probably going to be Timber ahead of Ben White. And I think that might be the team. Obviously, Havertz is injured as he is in real life, so we're going to be without Havertz for 4 to 5 months. So I guess in the meantime, we'll start the season with Odegaard there. Eze might be the one who comes in there. He might come in on that side over there. And then if we have a look at if we let the game pick the roles and see if we're happy with those roles, and the way to check if we're happy with the roles is to look at the team instructions and to see if the team is behaving the way I want it to behave. So when we've got the ball, we really want Lewis Skelly getting up there and forming like a midfield three, and Timber staying wide and giving us width, which isn't really what's happening the way we're set up at the moment. So if we come back over here, what have we got him on? Playmaking wing back. I think we probably make him an inside wing back and then double check to see what that's going to do to our shape. Is that going to get him in? No, it isn't. That's not moving him where I thought it would move him. Maybe we do want him to be a playmaking wing back then. Interesting. I was expecting him to move over a lot more. And then Timber, I want to be a normal wing back. I want him to maintain some width on that side. And then I guess we leave Martinelli wide if Lewis Skelly's going to be tucking in, and Saka will tuck in and let Timber come around him. And then we want Rice to be a box-to-box midfielder. Odegaard can be the playmaker. Gyökeres as the target man I can live with. And then out of possession, we have what's an OCF, outlet centre forward for Odegaard and just centre forward for Gyökeres. I can probably live with that. And then Martinelli and Saka as wide midfielders. Rice and Zubimendi come back to operate as the defensive midfielders, neither of them screening. I would think we probably want Rice as pressing and Zubimendi screening. I think that's probably how we want that set up. And then centre back, fullback, sweeper, keeper. Boom. That is a very quick example. And then we want a more positive mentality. That is what we're going to try and do. Obviously, it might not work out exactly like that, but that's what we're going to attempt to run with. And then if we take that into our squad planner, which let's have a look how our squad planner looks and see if the squad planner identifies left wing as the weakness. I thought it would. It's saying Saka can go over there, but Saka's going to be playing on that side. We have got Madueke. I still think we need a left wing. I think it's the only potential gap in this Arsenal squad. I don't really see anywhere else you can fit a player in. You could argue maybe a second striker because those two are both injured and going to be out for a while. Jesus is out for 6 months. Havertz is out for 5 months. So you've only got Martinelli and Trossard as backups. So maybe a left winger who can play centre forward, or a left winger and then Martinelli becomes the backup centre forward. But I think we're looking for a left winger. So if we go to our transfer room create our requirements, we want a left winger and we want them to be able to fit into that system we've just made. So we want them to be a winger, and then out of possession, we want them to drop back and be a wide midfielder, and we want them to be a star player. We want like proper superstar ready player. We'll submit those requirements. And then I'm just going to go through my portal and do all the admin bits that we need to do in there, which I'll do off camera, but I want to hit a continue and show you what our transfer budget has turned into so you know what we're going to be working with. And there we go. One continue later, we are up to £66 million. And that is a transfer budget that's a little bit more suited to what I was hoping to have. That's just from selling those clauses. The only other things I've done is set up my set piece instructions. I've just set them up the same way I would set them up in FM24 for now, so we can test if that is going to work. And now we're just going to leave my director of football to go off and find me some left wingers. I've got the staff taking control of training and all of that nonsense that I want no part of. Do I look like I own a tracksuit? And I will check in with you for the next episode, which, as I said at the start, as soon as we hit 5,000 likes, we'll let that next episode drop. And in that next episode, we'll play the first couple of like competitive games of the season. Looking at the calendar, because it's got the Premier League license, it uses the real Premier League fixtures. So I think we'll probably show you Manchester United and Liverpool both away from home. What a difficult start for the season Arsenal had, but we'll show you both of those matches. That'll also bring us just to the end of the transfer window as well. So you should get to meet any new signings that we've made as well. Hopefully a big, shiny, expensive new left winger and whatever else I can find as well. Feel free to put your suggestions in the comments of who that left winger should be, or if there's other areas of the the squad you feel like I should strengthen first. And like I say, make sure you leave the thumbs up on the video, because the faster we hit 5,000 likes, the sooner that video will appear. But we will wrap things up there for this first episode. If you have enjoyed it, if you're excited for FM26, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on it for me. Subscribe to the channel for loads of Football Manager 26 content. I'm going to be hurling it at you on both channels for months. It's been 2 long years. I need to make up for lost time. And of course, don't forget, if you want to be able to play the game right now, you can do that via my affiliate link. Pre-order the game. It still clashes the pre-order because it's now until the 4th of November, and you can be playing it right now, and it's cheaper than doing it on Steam or Epic. Thank you very much for watching. I need to crack on with my transfers.